with it. I bought this at a little bit lower price. It was like when they first started making it and they were just trying to get them out in front of the public, you know. But I've had this for quite a few years, and it's been a great little saw. It's a little bit hard to start, so I probably need to go ahead and put a fuel filter in it, a new spark plug, and probably just a regular tune-up. But there's the cherry burl. It's pretty stuff. What would you do with the two other halves? This piece is the prettiest. I got shadow. That tree's got a line. I can't get out of it. This is the prettiest piece right here. The other side, like I said, it's got a little bit more. Well, that's the piece I'm going to make. But that side's got a little bit more damage to it. But you know, once you clean it up and do a little epoxy work, you know, it's a burl. It's what you expect. So I'm just going to treat them up and make them look good. All right, I jumped over here to the bench because I mentioned treating the cherry burl here. I'm not sure if some of you are familiar with this company or not. It's Preservation Solutions. So I'm going on 3 years working with them as a sponsor, and they've been gracious enough to support me in my woodworking. So this right here is the pentacrol. So this is what you use for greenwood. You can see right there, and you can go to preservationsolutions.com. I'll put a link in the description of the video. I do sell this locally at my booth. I don't carry the 5 gallons. I carry the gallon and quart size. So a quart probably really wouldn't be enough for this. It's just a little thick. It's probably, I don't know, 3.5 inches. Probably end up being around 3 inches when I'm done. So I want to go ahead and have a little fun with this to kind of see how it looks. I know I said, and I'll treat it the way it is, but why not take the hand planer, get it somewhat flat, kind of get it a little bit closer, and then we get to look at it too. So it's nicer if it's flat, and then we'll put that on it, and that will kind of, when the pentacrol goes on it, it'll make it nice and clear, and it'll look kind of like it will when it's finished, I guess I should say. I can't get my words out today, but let me go ahead and run this planer, and then we'll treat it with that, and I'll talk about how you treat it with that, because I've done quite a bit of them very successfully. Okay, let's get to planing. I'll tell you what, this is a good little planer. This is the second one. I have another one up at the other shop, and old Hitachi. Good quality. So I've got it turned down a little bit. I already pre-did the other side, just didn't want to bore you with that. So it's a little bit taller right here, thicker, but it didn't do bad. I measured it, and I'll show you the measurement from one end to the other. I've gotten pretty good at doing this and eyeing it over the years, so oh yeah, now it's showing itself off. Oh, now you can really see how pretty it is. Let me use this orbital sander just to smooth it up a little bit. Being it's green, it cuts pretty quick. Yeah, it's easy when it's soft and green like this. It's easier to go ahead and get it close. And I normally do that. I don't know why I said I'll do it later, but I normally do this much. That may be a little different from here to here and side to side. I like to get it fairly flat because it's easier to kind of work with it when it's green. So now I'm going to go inside, grab my brush. Normally you have this in a big container. I don't have a big container. So I'm just going to brush it on all around the sides, and I'll do that 4 or 5 times over the next couple days, 3-4 days. Go grab my brush real quick, and we'll put some of that good stuff on there. I'll bring you in closer here in a bit, but I'm just kind of showing you how to apply this stuff. I said normally you put it like in a basin. One thing about this, I know that it's all dirty, is I use those big kid tubs when I'm doing the big cookies. This might fit in there, but I cracked the last one, so it's not going to hold any fluid anyways. They're cheap to get. Just some cheap plastic kid pools. Bug's already out. So this right here, what's in here, is from me putting it in and soaking it, and this is the leftover. So this is why it's only got part of the stuff. So you can keep using it. You know, if you have it in the big tub, you can put it back in here. Just get one of those funnels that have the filters in it, or get a filter so you can filter out the big chips and stuff like that. So I usually just pour it on and just kind of control it as it goes on there. I don't know if I'll keep the bark on it or not in the future. It's hard to say. Kind of like one of them things that just, you do it when you come to it. So I'll let it drizzle all down the sides. I can tell you this old cherry, I use this, it's 2 pieces of real thick cherry. It's old. It's like old growth. I've treated so much stuff on top of this cherry. It's probably very well preserved. It sits out here in the weather all the time. And it hasn't even begun to think about rotting. Probably because I've done this on it with the solution so many times that so I just keep flicking it towards the middle. It'll just keep soaking it in. Because this piece is so thick, you definitely want to take your time and just keep coating it. I'll flip it over about 20 minutes or so. I'll let it start soaking in here. Then I usually, if I got some plastic, I'll put some plastic underneath it, some plastic on top of it so it doesn't evaporate. And let it sit overnight. I'll pull it back out. Rinse and repeat, you know what I mean? But this is, I've had such good results with this. I mean, I could speak for many years of use in this, and I've used it for all kinds of crazy stuff, like this cherry Burl, some of these giant cookies, cherry cookies. So let me bring you in close to show you what we got going on now. Now it's got the pretty sauce on it that everybody's been looking for, or waiting for. Isn't that just beautiful? I said this is the nice side. The other side has a little bit softer pieces in it. So this is the side from the first cut, and you saw the piece over there that was from the first cut. And I'll probably treat that as well with the pentacryle. Like I said, I got a buddy that's really into carving, and he just makes he has such a different artistic look at stuff. And I know he'll want those to mess with, but I'll pre-treat them for him with the pentacryle because he has bought a lot of material from me in the past, so I gift him stuff along the way. This is a cherry burl. I got one more section like this, not quite as nice as this section, but my favorite green wood treatment. I've been using this for many years. Lots of success. So I did a full video on cutting this cherry burl, kind of show you how I did it with a chainsaw, and then I flattened it with a hand plane, did a little sanding, because I'm going to flatten it on the flattening jig later on after it's dry.